Welcome back, guys. We gotta talk about The Color Purple because in some people's eyes, did it flop? Was it the drama? Oprah still got beef with Taraji. Where is Taraji? So let's get into it, okay? Now, how much money was spent on The Color Purple? 100 million is what I'm hearing. But as of recording of this video, I've heard they only made 50 million. And to me, it had me wondering, what happened? What's the gap? Why did people really not go and see this, movie? There was so much hype for an entire year. I feel like there was so much hype about Haley being in it, her pregnancy, all the just like star-studded cast, Oscar nominations, so much stuff, money, marketing was put into this film, yet it didn't make what it was supposed to make. And to me, I think a couple things have happened. I think Taraji sharing her story and all the other drama just around the movie coming out, all that stuff happened right before the movie was supposed to come out. So I think that had a big influence on the movie, all this drama, and it's still, tea is still spilling about this stuff. Now, most recently it came out that they didn't have cars, they didn't have their own dressing room. The food was not doing what it was supposed to do. And it wasn't until, Taraji is the one who spoke up about them not having accommodations. And now I get that it's Warner Brothers over the movie. Oprah doesn't have direct influence and maybe she didn't know these things, but I would think when you're putting together a cast on any movie, you're making sure accommodations are being made for your cast, for your talent. That talent has a car to and from the location, that they have food, that they have dressing rooms. To me, those are little things that I would think someone would take into consideration. So hearing that now is like, oh, they was fumbling from the beginning. And I think because for some of these actresses, actors, it is a big honor to be a part of The Color Purple, to be a part of one of Oprah's movies. And for some people, this can really take their career to the next level. So I think even though there was all this stuff get in the way of them being able to just enjoy filming and things like that, they probably turn a blind eye because it is a great opportunity. So I think hearing about that stuff, it just continues to make people pull away. And another thing I thought about, it's a musical. Okay, not everyone is into musicals. Some people feel like they just want the movie. They don't want all the other extraness. They wouldn't just go and watch a movie. Not everyone's into the musical. Not everyone is into arts and things like that. So that was the other thing that came to mind for me. And the last thing was, do we really need this? How many times has The Color Purple been redone, remade, the musical, the book, the TV, everything? It just doesn't feel like it was really necessary. And I'm not knocking anybody getting their bag. The opportunity was once in a lifetime for some of these people. But at the same time, I don't think it was necessary to redo this. And for some people, it might feel like a money grab. And the people at the top, Warner Brothers, some people might feel like it's a money grab for people outside of the culture because we didn't really need this once again. And so that was another thing I thought about. I was like, okay, it's been redone. What's really going to be different? And then some of the casting I've heard about, people feel like, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, at the end when Sierra came out, like what was her purpose? So at times it felt like they threw a bunch of star-studded people, but didn't make sense. And at one point I heard that Oprah really wanted Beyonce, but Beyonce was on tour doing her thing, so she didn't have time for Oprah. So it's like, okay, how would Beyonce have fit into this movie? It just feels like it has been all over the place. More and more stuff is coming out, and ever since the movie has been released, we haven't heard much from Taraji. Maybe she's just on her own healing journey. Maybe she over it. Okay, but now we got Gabrielle, we got Vivica A. Fox. Now they saying stuff. Now them girls are beefing. It's just so much. why is there just so much at times beef within our own community? We are a culture, to me, at times that feels like we always have to have beef with one another. There's not a lot of support like I see in maybe Latino cultures, other cultures where it's like, okay, let's get together and bump up one another. And I'm sure there's beef in you know, the Latino community too, so I can only speak from me as a Black woman. What I have experienced and what I have seen is that it always feels like at times I'm trying to one-up you. When it's your career, when it's a promotion, I don't feel a lot of like, oh girl, okay girl, let's get together. I'm gonna help you get this promotion. It's more of like, why did she get that promotion? Why didn't I get asked? Oh, let me apply for the promotion too. But those are just examples in my own career. But looking at Vivica A. Fox now, and it's like this layer of, okay, just because Vivica says she ain't experienced this, but girl, where your career at? When's the last time you really did a star-studded movie? When were your last time a star of a movie that wasn't on BET Plus, or Tubi, Lifetime? Come on now. But yeah, it just feels like there was just so much noise around the movie that it didn't have the opportunity to do what it was supposed to do. And I still hope that Danielle, you know, wins her Oscar. Other people get nominated. You know, the SAG nominations recently came out. I really hope people still get their just dues, but I think the beef got in the way. But let me know your thoughts when we can get into it. Did you see it? What were your thoughts? Was it necessary for another color purple? We can get into it. If you got this far in the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and your girl will see you in the next video. Bye.